Hello everyone, welcome to Serene Crypto. Today I'll be analyzing Moonriver. So, what is Moonriver? Moonriver is a EVM compatible smart chain layer 1 that is similar to Phantom, Avalanche, and Near. So, Moonriver also has low gas fees, which makes farming it lucrative. It's also secure, scalable, and interoperable with Kusama application on the Kusama pair chain and it's built over there. So that means they can communicate with the other Kusama apps. This gives it an advantage over its other competitors. So another thing is Moonriver also has a low market cap, which means more room to grow. Now, what is Moonriver token used for? So first, it's mainly a gas token, but how it differs from other layer 1s is that 80% of its fees are burnt, which introduced a deflationary force on Moonriver token itself. The token can also be used for governance and for validators to secure the network. Moonriver also has a 5% annual inflation. However, I find this number quite reasonable considering the fact that Moonriver pays 2.5% to its stakers, and there are other layer 1s that have more higher inflation such as Polkadot, which has like around 13%. So now I'll talk more about tokenomics. So the thing that stands out to me the most is that Moonriver has no founders reward, meaning that the team does not receive a share of the tokens itself. So this makes it more decentralized, as you can see over here, where most of the tokens go to the parachain crowd loan for people that deposit the Kusama. So what makes this good is that this reduces the fact that the team or maybe some other like VC can dump on the holders, which gives it an added benefit. So I basically like the tokenomics of this project. So now I'll talk more about team and investors. The team is dots, but however it's relatively unknown. I'm not hating on the team or whatsoever. I'm just saying that team is not like proven as compared to the other layer 1's team such as Luna Duquan or maybe Polkadot, Gary Wood. Then there are also notable investors, which is a positive point, as seen from investors such as Binance Lab and CoinGecko Ventures. Now I'll do some basic Moonriver valuation. So Moonriver has a low market cap per TVR at 1.75, and this is comparable, and this is good as this means that Moonriver has more room to grow using this metric as compared to other projects like BNB, which has 5.44, Solana 4.7, or Mythic, which has 2.87. So thus, comparing Moonriver to these projects means that Moonriver has a higher room to grow for its market cap per TVL. So, and the thing is, now I also compare Moonriver to its other smart contract competitors to give a rough gauge of what happens if you can flip some of the projects. So for example, one of the projects I see Moonriver flipping will be Waves, and if that happens, Moonriver will be a 3.5x. And furthermore, there's not much stuff built on the blockchain above it, such as Waves, Quantum, SEM, and stuff along that lines. So this is quite a conservative estimate. I believe that will happen. Then for a more, let's say, a more ambitious estimate, but it's still quite possible, although it's a bit hard to do, is for it to flip EOS. The thing is, this will mean it's flip Rose and Celo, which is quite hard as Celo and Rose are quite good blockchains in my perspective. But if that happens, Moonriver will do around 7x, which is quite impressive. And now for my most ambitious prediction will be a 9.5x where it flipped Ethereum Classic. However, although Ethereum Classic is quite a shit project, I feel that 1 is a good project, so that for it to flip 1 is quite hard to happen. And for it to flip Tezos is also quite hard, as seen from Tezos' partnership with Ubisoft. I feel that Tezos will be the next NFT blockchain to look out for. But if that happens where Moonriver can flip Ethereum Classic, that will be around 9x to 10x, which is I feel is like the most unreasonable to happen, but it still can happen, but the chance is quite slim. And all of this is according to the theory, if like none of these blockchains move at all. So now I'll talk about some risks that we can foresee for Moonriver. So the first and most obvious risk is what happens if Bitcoin go to a break below 40k, as Bitcoin is looking quite bearish right now. So later I'll do some TA talking more about this. And secondly, it's not Moonriver season right now. It's the narratives is on the FOAN, Phantom, One, Atom, and Near. So the spotlight is on all these layer ones. So if you buy Moonriver now, it won't be a short-term trade. You will be looking at least a few more months before Moonriver will pump. And third one will be the narratives layer ones may be over soon, and narratives may switch from layer 1 to Metaverse or some DeFi, and Moonriver didn't even get the chance to pump before the narrative is over. Thirdly, the total value locked has decreased since December, as you can see from this metric over here, where the total value locked has decreased from 400 million from November, and now it's currently sitting at around only 250 million. And lastly, the Moonriver fully diluted market cap is at 1.5 billion as compared to its original 400 million. So that means there will be more supply introduced to the Moonriver tokens, and thus there will be a high chance of people that will dump the Moonriver tokens, and this will introduce selling pressure, and such Moonriver will have a harder time for it to rise. Now I'll go to some TA, and the first thing I will talk about is the Bitcoin chart. So Bitcoin has rebounded from the 40k, but from what I see, it's still not very clear, as the volume is not very high, and for me to be bullish on Bitcoin, it has to be break above 45k. And if Bitcoin is simply now on downtrend now, and if we test the support over here, and if it breaks below the support, things will turn very ugly and Moonriver gets shredded to pieces. So this is the thing to keep look out for. And then now I'll head over to the Moonriver USD chart. And initially I thought that this range would be a good buy opportunity, as I thought Moonriver is just going to accumulate over here, where the moving average will turn to accumulation phase. But as you can see, Moonriver breaks out of range due to Bitcoin break out of range also, and thus it just bouncing between this line. I would say that previous support has turned to resistance, and Moonriver is also holding the 20 EMA as resistance. So I think a good buying opportunity now would be at 133.9, which is the correspond to the previous support over here. And if Bitcoin capitulates, another buying opportunity will be at $93.7 here. But for the bullish scenario, if Bitcoin breaks above its previous range, which is 45k, and if Moonriver managed to break past this the 20 EMA and this resistance over here, I would like to buy a retest at 172. So this is the two scenarios that I give you that you can look out for. If bullish, buy at 172. If bearish, buy at 133 and 93. So now I'll head over to the Moonriver Bitcoin chart. So we obviously want Moonriver to do better than Bitcoin, as we are taking on more risk. But as you see now, Bitcoin chart actually look quite terrible from Moonriver. So Moonriver and Bitcoin are just ranging between these two lines over here. However, Moonriver has broken out of the downtrend, of the range, and yeah, things are not looking pretty. And the thing is, if Moonriver breaks and have more, the thing is about this, right, is like the candle is not very huge yet. So imagine if Moonriver has the next candle is larger than this one, I would say Moonriver looks very bearish right now. So this is a thing to keep a look out for. And as such, this may coincide with the fact that I say that it's a good opportunity to buy Moonriver at the 133 area and the $93 area market. Okay, now with that, I will talk about how we can farm Moonriver for 40% APR. So the farm of choice for me for Moonriver is Impermax. I compared Impermax to the other Moonriver farms, and I like Impermax the best, as firstly, it has an audit, and audits give me more confidence to invest, to farm on the application itself. And secondly, it has quite high APR with no internal loss for the supply side. Okay, so basically you're just lending money out, and you can see that for 7 days average, you are earning of around 40% APR. And I feel that this is very good, as you're earning more than the staking rewards, which is around 24% the last time I checked. And secondly, there's no impermanent loss. And lastly, this is auto-commoded. So example is, let's say for example, since 40% APR, I will just take it at 0.1% per day. So let's say if Moonriver pumps 3.5x in 3 months, that you will earn an extra 10% of Moonriver, and this is not including the auto compounding effect. So if Moonriver pumps by 3.5x, right? Let's say your 1k will turn to 3,500 without, if you didn't supply Moonriver here. But if you supply Moonriver here, you get additional 10% of your yield of your Moonriver. So since your 10% of Moonriver will become now, since it went up by 3.5x, it becomes 35%. So you get an additional $350. So your investment will become from 1.1k to 3,850 instead of 3.5k. So this is how lucrative supply API can be. And furthermore, there's no impermanent loss, so I think this is a very good deal. And as you can see over here, just a quick disclaimer about how leverage liquidity pool works is, let's say for example for 5x, if taking a Threads and Moonriver pair, so if Moonriver rise by 20% or decrease by more than 20%, you will get liquidated. So that's why although the APR seems quite juicy, it's actually quite risky. So my personal opinion is that I will not participate in this. And if you want to participate in this, you should look at something more stable, like pegged to each other, more stable, such as Phantom Tomb, which I think is a very good farming opportunity. And with that, I hope you gain something out of this, and if you like this content, please follow, like and share. Thank you.